Good afternoon, 9th Street Rockets. Today I invite you to another read along. This time it's a book called Amelia Bedelia Makes a Friend. Let me share the screen so we can all look at the book. This is from the I Can Read series, Amelia Bedelia Makes a Friend, by Herman Parrish, and the pictures are by Lynn April. Amelia Bedelia was lucky. Her best friend lived next door. "Hello, Jen," said Amelia Bedelia. "Hi, Amelia Bedelia," said Jen. Amelia Bedelia and Jen had been friends since they were babies. They baked together. They dressed up together. They played music together. Amelia Bedelia even showed Jen how to bowl. "They played so well together," said Amelia Bedelia's mother. "They sure do," said Jen's mother, "even though they are as different as night and day." Then one day, Jen and her parents moved away. Amelia Bedelia and her parents were very sad. As you can see the two families saying goodbye to each other. The mothers, the dads, and the two girls who were very good friends. As you can see, they are the ones who are shedding tears. And we can see that the house where Amelia's friend lived is now for sale. Amelia Bedelia missed Jen. She missed Jen every day. She wished Jen would come back. One morning, a moving van pulled up. "Did Jen come back?" asked Amelia Bedelia. "I don't think so," said Amelia Bedelia's mother. "We must have new neighbors." Amelia Bedelia's mother watched the movers. "Oh, look," she said. "I see a fancy footstool." Get it? The footstool? Amelia Bedelia did not look. She wanted Jen back. So as you can see, do you see the little dots or the circles over here? As Amelia Bedelia's mother is describing what she sees, this is what Amelia imagines her mother means. So when her mother says that she sees a fancy footstool, look at the dots, that means that this is what Amelia is imagining the footstool looks like. "Look," said Amelia Bedelia's mother. "I see a coffee table." Amelia Bedelia still did not look. She just kept drawing. And you can see this is the coffee, get it? And table, coffee table. And over here we see at the table, Amelia Bedelia is illustrating exactly what she imagines her mother is describing. Amelia Bedelia's mother said, "I see some big armchairs." Armchairs? "I see a love seat." Get it? A heart sofa, a love seat. "I see a twin bed instead of two beds. I mean a little bed, which is the smallest bed we know, we call it a twin bed. Literally, she sees a bed with twins in it, a twin bed. Finally, Amelia Bedelia looked at Jen's old house. Then she looked at her drawings. "Our neighbors sound strange," she said. That night, Amelia Bedelia told her dad about the new neighbors. And as she's telling them, she's still imagining what it is that the adults are telling her. She's interpreting a little bit literal in her imagination. And she's showing her dad over here the pictures that she's drawn of what she has heard the neighbors have as furniture. He loved her pictures. "Amazing," her dad said. "I hope they have a pool table." Get it? A table, a pool in it, a pool table. The next morning, Amelia Bedelia and her mother baked the blueberry muffins. They took the muffins next door. A lady opened the door. Hello there, she said. My name is Mrs. Adams. You must be my new neighbors. No, said Amelia Bedelia. We already live here. You are my new neighbor. You know, said Mrs. Adams, I think both of us are right. Do come in. Mrs. Adams said, what smells so good? My mom does, said Amelia Bedelia. I don't wear perfume. Now let's take a closer look at what Mrs. Adams actually meant. What does Amelia Bedelia walk in with through that door? See that basket? Remember what it is that they baked earlier? Now look at what the illustrator is showing us. What are the hints? The aroma, do you see those lines? The aroma of the delicious blueberry muffins is what is coming or going towards Mrs. Adams' face. That is what she smells. So when she says, what smells so good? Amelia answers, oh, my mom does. I don't wear perfume yet. But Mrs. Adams actually meant the aroma and the smell of those delicious blueberry muffins. Let's continue. Jen's house looked different. Every room was full of boxes. Welcome to my mess, said Mrs. Adams. I will live out of boxes for a while. That sounded fun to Amelia Bedelia. Well, let's see what Amelia Bedelia actually thinks or imagines that Mrs. Adams means. When Mrs. Adams says, I'll be living out of boxes for a while, it's an expression that adults use to say that they'll be using and pulling out items out of the boxes as they need them. They're not going to put everything and organize everything away as it should be. They'll just be pulling out things from the boxes as they need it. But for Amelia Bedelia's imagination, Mrs. Adams says, I will live out of boxes for a while. This is what Amelia Bedelia imagines. Literally boxes kind of made into a home-like structure. So, and she imagines Mrs. Adams actually living in the boxes. Let's continue. Amelia Bedelia sure has a wonderful and fun imagination. Are the twins in their bed? Asked Amelia Bedelia. My goodness, said Mrs. Adams. You have sharp eyes. Amelia Bedelia hoped that was good. Over here, do you see that by coincidence, Mrs. Adams does have a picture of what look like twins. Identical shirts, identical looking faces, identical hair, even the color of their cheeks are the same. My twin grandchildren will visit today, said Mrs. Adams. Their names are Mary and Marty. And see, she's grabbing the picture to show them the twins. The twins visited that afternoon. Our grandma is a lot of fun, they told Amelia Bedelia. And they were right. It was great to have a friend right next door again. Amelia Bedelia and Mrs. Adams baked together. They dressed up together. They played music together. They have so much fun together, said Amelia Bedelia's father. They sure do, said Amelia Bedelia's mother, even though they are as different as night and day. Does that sound familiar to you? Have we heard this phrase used before? If you thought, yes, that's exactly what they used to say about her and her friend Jen, you're right. One day, Jen came back to visit. Mrs. Adams took both girls to a real bowling alley. This is the best day ever, said Amelia Bedelia. I have a best old friend and a best new friend. We are three best friends together. Now, I love this last paragraph. When she says, I have a new best old friend and a new best new friend. If you think that I have a best old friend meant Jen, you're right. And the best new friend happens to be Mrs. Adams. Well, I hope that you enjoy the reading of Amelia Bedelia, Makes a Friend. And I'm going to take you back again to the very beginning so that you can remember the title of the book as you go into Clever and into the Accelerator Reader program to take an Accelerator Reader quiz. Here we go. Amelia Bedelia Makes a Friend by Herman Parrish and pictures by Lynn April. I will post this in some of your teachers' class dojo pages, and hopefully they do post them and you can see the quiz number. And as always, we recommend that you read it one more time. Read it 2 times before you attempt an accelerator reader quiz. I know you can do it. You can score 85% or higher. Just keep on reading and you will be learning. And believe me, you will be growing. Until the next Read Aloud, have a great Saturday afternoon.